Three things that pornography causes. Let's talk about it. Number one, the shame and guilt cycle. One of the main reasons that I wanted to quit porn was because of this shame and guilt cycle. I got tired of feeling the way I was feeling after I watched pornography. It's a very bad feeling. It's a very shameful feeling. And you just feel so guilty by what you have done. You see, whenever you decide to watch that porn, beforehand, the only thing that's on your mind is that pleasure. And while you are doing it, the only thing that's on your mind is the pleasure. As soon as you get done, and I'm talking about as soon as you get done watching the porn, that shame hit immediately. You feel so bad and you feel so terrible by what you just watched and the acts that you just did as you watched what you watched. And I got tired of that feeling because it became a cycle for me. And I know it's a cycle for many. They get tired of feeling this constant shame and guilt for this little pleasure that they're just getting in that moment. That don't feel good because you know in your mind and in the back of your mind that when you are going to get that pleasure, the aftermath that's coming, and that's that conviction for what you have done. And you know, we know conviction can be a good thing because it's a sign that God wants us to change our actions and that our heart is still open enough to not be cold against the truth of God that we need to quit. But that shame and guilt is one of the things that porn causes. Number two, lustful desires. You get to the point where you start being desensitized to perverted things. You see, when you are watching porn as a habit, you get so desensitized in the mind that it have you not even realizing how perverted you're really being towards things and towards people. You see, you get less and less sensitive towards what you are doing. Before you know it, lusting after a person could become just so normal for you to the point where it's just a daily routine. Every time you see somebody attractive, you just looking and you begin to lust, and sexual thoughts and sexual imaginations begin to run through your head about that person. And then next thing you know, you just shake it off like it's normal. See, that's because you are desensitized because of that porn. Your brain got so used to, and you got so used to, of watching porn and watching people do sexual things and filthy things that you could imagine, and that's a fantasy. That when you look at normal things and normal people, it's just a normal to you to be desensitized to them lustful desires that you have towards them. And you shouldn't have that. I shouldn't have had that. When we are looking at these people, we shouldn't undress them. We shouldn't have sexual imaginations. We shouldn't start lusting immediately as soon as we see somebody attractive or something that looks to us as arousing to us. And you get desensitized from that pornography. I hated them lustful desires that came because when I wanted to get rid of it, it just kept on coming and coming and coming. I was like, my mind is really perverted and I got to get free from this. And that's another reason that I wanted to quit. The porn causes lustful desires. Number three, a mind of perversion. You really can't get your mind off sex. You really can't get your mind off of perverted things. Any little things get perverted. Any word somebody say can become perverted. It could be just a normal thing. People may say regular words and don't even mean it in that way. But when your mind is full of perversion from porn, you automatically turn it into something that is sexual, something that is perverted. Also, just looking at things, you automatically turn that thing perverted. You put it in a place of its unnormal state because the way that your mind is programmed from constantly watching porn. You can't look at a movie and look at a person or look at somebody in real life without your mind going to that perverted zone. And that's the number three effect from this porn. And I know you hate it and I hated it too. But just realize what this porn is causing. It's not that you are like that, but it's because the porn is there that you had this problem. But I pray this video bless, and I pray you like, subscribe, and comment. Be blessed.